With all the recent hurricane disasters on the East Coast and other natural disasters around the world, I've been thinking a lot about what we in the 3D printing community could do to help other people. My family was very fortunate to only have bad winds and rain, and even though my son and my wife's aunt in Augusta, Georgia, they lost power for nearly a week, we were all safe. The videos online, though, have been especially disturbing. Some of the places hardest hit are places that I know. Asheville, North Carolina is somewhere that I went a lot when I was in the 82nd Airborne Division Band back in the 1980s. Yes, I was a band nerd, even in the Army. But as beautiful as I remember Asheville being, from what I've seen, it's almost completely wiped out. Along with all of that, I also got to thinking about the larger big picture, our entire world. I think we can all agree that 3D printing is a technology that's really something that kind of seems like it's out of science fiction. Most of us can probably remember Star Trek, you know, that replicator device that not only made things like clothes and stuff like that, but food.
Tea Earl Grey, hot.
We all know that businesses are out there right now making houses using massive crane-sized 3D printers. And scientists, well, they're printing out medicine, human hearts, skin, and all sorts of things. And don't forget the 3D printed food that's supposedly in the works.
Barf.
Personally, I'm really wanting to try out that chocolate 3D printer. But with the exception of a very expensive chocolate printer, I don't think there's many of us with a home 3D printer that we're realistically thinking about printing a house, medicine, organs, or even the occasional car.
Okay, now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, life is ridiculous.
Back in 2019, Forbes magazine had an article online called 12 Revolutionary Ways 3D Printing is Changing the World. And this was 5 years ago. They talk about a lot of the same big things I've mentioned, along with clothing, space travel related stuff, and manufacturing. They also mention gaming, household items, security, and even out of production parts. In the 5 years since that article was published, well, we've seen pretty much all of that come true. A 3D printed rocket that really goes to space? Yes. At least if you have a massive 3D printer that uses molten metal for filament. Now, I know this has been a long build-up, but I don't want you to think I don't know about all that other stuff. But that's stuff that I can't do at home. So what can we do? I'm glad you asked. I have a few ideas, and yes, it's going to take a little bit of work. And other than finding or making designs in 3D printing, you're going to need to reach out to places that might be in need. Here are 5 things I came up with that I think we can all do with our 3D printers to help others in need right where we live right now. Number 1, toys. And I made this one first because probably something most of us have done at one time or another, either for our family or friends. There are plenty of places you can donate to throughout the year, but especially close to Christmas time. Some suggestions would be to reach out to local shelters, children's homes, or hospitals. Ask if they have a need for kids' toys to help them with whatever they're going through. And don't forget to check with local churches and schools. Just this past year, I alone was able to print and donate over 500 toys through my local church to help kids in foster care. If every child got 2 or 3 of those small prints, I probably helped put smiles on nearly 200 kids' faces. All because I just printed out a bunch of bracelets, helicopters, fidgets, and more. Number 2, medical needs. Now, this one may be a bit tougher to get involved with, but hey, you never know until you try, right? One way you could find out about needs would be to ask any doctors or nurses that you know personally, or maybe when you go in for a checkup. They could probably use toys for younger patients, but find out also if there are other items that they might need. Did you know TPU casts are an actual thing now? I know that Joel, the 3D printing nerd, did a full video on this a while back. It was really impressive. And just throwing out ideas, I wonder if there might be a need for prosthetic prints, not to wear, but maybe to just work out design ideas. That could help patients with little or no money work through the kinks without a lot of expense. Nursing and retirement homes could also be a place you could possibly donate your help. Little things like decorations, that could be nice, and also maybe help with add-ons for walking devices and other similar items. I know that a lot of people in 3D printing help with the face mask add-ons during COVID-19. There's still a need for those type of masks in most of the places that I just mentioned. And this could be helping the workers be safe while they help others. Number 3, disasters. How I started this video, and this one, it really is the reason behind the whole video. But I'll be honest, other than donating money, I'm a little stumped on what to do for this one. I'll have links in the description to a few donation spots that I do know are worthwhile. And as I mentioned before, add-ons for face masks could be huge help to workers and medical professionals. But other than that, I'm really at a loss for what to do. Do you know? Do you have any ideas? If so, please leave a comment and help guide us all in that direction. It may not be something we could do right now, but unfortunately, disasters seem to happen all the time. So let's brainstorm this and try to be ready for the next one. Number 4 is one that's near and dear to my family: education. My wife's a teacher, my son works IT and more in a school, and my daughter's in college. One of the things that I've done is to participate in Career Day at my wife's school. Now, for quite a few years, I did music, recording the kids singing and playing it back like we would do in my music studio. But last year, my wife asked me to be the 3D printing guy. Cool. I set up a 3D printer with some prints of the school logo so they could actually see it in action, and made sure it was done in the 30 minutes I had to talk and show them things. Before I went, I made sure to print out a bunch of those little pixelated chrome dinosaurs in a lot of different colors, and I just gave them all away. Now, this is a hands-on example of helping by actually being there, but schools also have lots of other needs. One thing you could do is to reach out to a local school and ask them about their STEM program. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Are there any prints you could do to help them teach it better? Maybe show them some of the online databases, have them research and talk with you about what you could do. Teaching aids for all ages could also be a great way to help. My wife even mentioned that very small toys, nothing too elaborate, would be awesome for the teachers to give as small incentive items. Now, we all know that teachers tend to spend a lot of their own money on supplies for the classroom, and I think this would be one great way to help not only the kids, but the teachers as well. Number 5, aids for the visually impaired. Now, earlier in 2024, Joe, the 3D printing guy, he made some Braille cells to print out and help people learn Braille. He also made some other Braille-related items. All of his designs are available online for free, and I'm going to post some of them on the description down below. Along with that, there are a lot of prints out there for those who are blind or just having trouble seeing. There's keycaps for keyboards, training aids, pill organizers, games, and even a friendship bracelet maker. And doing a quick search on things.com, there's over 1,300 files in the dozens of online databases that they cover. Local schools, and not just ones for the blind only, could be a great place to help out. If you have a family or friend that's visually impaired, this could be a great way to reach out and get them involved as well. There you go, just 5 ideas to get you and me started with helping others just by using our 3D printers. You don't have to print 500 toys or even 100. Start where you're comfortable. Even 1 or 2 prints to finish up those nearly empty spools, well, that could be a life changer for somebody. And don't forget, we don't have to create designs. There's a lot of them already out there. Contact your local schools, childcare, doctors, chiropractors, especially pediatric places. Ask them what they could use, and maybe have a few ideas ready when you give them a call. And make sure they know you're doing it all for free. I gave you 5 ideas of things and places to get started, but I'm sure that some of you have already started thinking about others. Well, let us know. And don't get down if you can't do this. Not all of us are going to be in areas that need help. So let's join together and do what we can, when we can, and how we can. It's all part of this awesome 3D community helping others as we learn, create, help in awesome ways, and amaze.